Hi everyone, welcome to my weekly live show, episode number 13, What's True for You? So, hello out there this evening. How's everyone going? So, tonight's topic, What's True for You? So, what does that even mean? So, I think we get so embroiled in our own lies for a start, and we get so embroiled in the lies of media. And we get so embroiled in the lies of what other people tell us that we forget what is true, what is actually true for us. So I'm going to teach you a tool tonight that I use, and it's actually, hi Helen, how are you going? Hi Jason. I'm going to teach you a tool tonight, and it's basically what's true for you. It's light and heavy. So what's true for you makes you feel light, and a lie makes you feel heavy. So if I were to say to you, and your name, just say your name is, hurrah, just say your name is Sarah, and I say, hi, Shannon. Would that make you feel heavy, or would that make you feel light? Now, most likely it would make you feel heavy because it's not actually your name. And if I said, something like, you're really ugly, or you're a terrible creator, or something mean like that, if you actually looked at that and the density in your body, it might make you feel really sad, or it might make you feel really heavy, then that actually isn't true for you. So those things that are not true for you actually make you feel very dense and heavy. Hi, Kylie. How are you going? And so the things that are light for you or true for you will make you laugh. They'll make you smile. You'll even get shivers and tingles up your arms. Like I know when I'm talking to my clients and we tap into something that is true for them, I'll get tingles all the way up my legs. And so some of you may experience that too. And, so if someone said to me, oh, you're a control freak, I'd probably laugh at that. So that's light for me because I can be a control freak often, especially in the kitchen. Just ask my partner, I'm terrible. So there's all these ways that you can see what's true for you just by asking, is this light? Is this heavy? So if you're asking questions about the future and creating choices for your future, you can actually ask, if I choose this, does it feel light to choose this? Or, and that means if it does feel light and you're about to make a choice, it could be a business choice, it could be a relationship choice, it could even be a choice to eat a particular food. If it feels light for you, then it's true for you and you should go with that. If it's heavy for you, then you might want to ask some more questions. So following those light choices are going to get you to where you want to go. Following those heavy choices are going to make your life way harder, way more of a struggle, and it's not going to be ease. So what I've found when I use this tool is that when I follow the things that are light for me, when something feels really sparkly and it's got a light energy to it, I follow that. And things work out far greater than I can ever imagine. If I follow the things that are dense, I'll often turn around to myself and go, I knew I shouldn't have done that. And these can be little things like, I might be driving down a particular road and then all of a sudden I'll go, oh, no, I shouldn't go down here, but it's the route I take all the time. But I'll get this sense of, I shouldn't really go down here. There's a heaviness to it. And I'll do it anyway. I'll go against my knowing. And then there'll be a car accident, or there'll be some truck in the path and it gets me late to my destination. And just recently, my partner and I were booking flights to Sicily before this whole corona outbreak, took off. Hi, Veronica, how are you going? And we'd organised this last year, like started to implement some things. And he was going for his job. And usually when he goes for his work, he lands in Milan, and then he does this thing called Eurocutine, which is like a kitchen appliance show in Italy. And last time we went, we tacked on Croatia. So I met him after the show and we went to Croatia. I had a beautiful time. So this time we said, yeah, let's go to Sicily. Yeah, let's do that. And when we started to organize it, there was this really weird, heavy energy. Now, it wasn't like heavy bad, like I can't explain it like it's a bad thing. It's just there was this energy. And I got this sense of, I don't want to go. And I was like, what is that? Anyway, so we went ahead and we started planning, and he kept saying to me, Danielle, you need to book the flights from Rome to Sicily, Palermo. And I kept putting it off. And that's not like me. If I'm putting something off, there's something that I actually know. So I kept putting it off and I kept putting it off. And he said, have you booked those flights yet? And I said, oh, I've had a look. I'm just checking to see if they might go down. And I'd have a look on a Tuesday and have a look at a Wednesday, and then I would put it off again. And he said, right, that's it. And he went ahead and booked them. And then he went ahead and booked 2 hotel stays, one at the Rome airport when we get there and one on the way back. And in the meantime, it was my job to then look at some of the accommodation in Palermo and Trapani in Sicily. I'm trying to remember all the names. And I was booking them, and I had the choice to press on free cancellation. And as you probably all know, when you're booking stuff, you get free cancellation if you pay more. So I'm going to pay more. I just got this sense I'm going to pay more. So I'm going to do the free cancellation. And he didn't. He opted for the cheaper version. And interestingly enough, all this stuff arose around the coronavirus, and we no longer can go on our trip. So all the flights that he booked and the accommodation he booked, he's now lost the money for. And all the accommodation that I booked, I was able to get my money back because I actually hadn't paid yet either. I had free cancellation up until a certain date. So none of this ever makes sense. It never makes logical sense why you choose these things or what that twisty energy is. But what I've found is that 99.9999999% of the time, when I'm aware of something or there's a heavy, dense energy, then there is something going on there. So it's really important that you tap into what is true for you and what you know is going on that's going to create the greatest for you. And in this sense, it created greater on my side, but it didn't so much on my partner's side, because he was like, damn, like I've lost all this money. And I said to him at the time, I said, I actually, funnily enough, when you kept asking me to book those flights, I was aware of something, and that's why I kept putting it off. So where are you not trusting what's true for you? Where are you denying that you know stuff? And where are you not following that which is true for you, which could make your life far greater and way easier? And you wouldn't have to deal with these annoying issues like having to, maybe not getting your money back and then having to email flights, airlines and stuff like that to try and see if you can get your money back or change a date and things like that. And, and there's other places where we do this. We do this in relationships. We might get together with someone and we think there's this heaviness about it, but we keep following it because we're so used to being caught up in drama and upset and intrigue. So we'll follow that density, even though we know something. And then it turns out that this person either cheats on us or they're not as nice to us as we thought they would be, but that didn't show up to begin with. So what if you trusted you? Hi, Adriana. I know we've got such clever bodies. It's so amazing. Like it is a real sense. And I always say this to my clients, like, often you'll feel these things in your body, strangely, like and we often go, oh, there's something wrong with me. I don't feel so good. I feel anxious or any of those things. Maybe there's nothing wrong with you. Maybe it's just that your body is alerting you to something so you can be made aware of it. So it's really important to acknowledge that your body is amazing and just say, hey, what do you know? What do you know that I'm denying? So I've got a really cool clearing actually to tap into more of that knowing for you, because I get a lot of people in my classes that will say, or even clients when they come and see me, I'll ask them, what is that? And they're like, I don't know. And the truth is, you do know. You do know. And you've told yourself for so long, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, that you don't even know what's true for you anymore. So if you started to ask, what do I know that I'm denying that I know, that if I allowed myself to know it, would give me all of me? So, what do you know that you're denying that you know, that if you allowed yourself to know it, would give you all of you? So you can say it either way. So I'm saying it for you. So what do you know that you're denying that you know, that if you allowed yourself to know it, would give you all of you? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you now destroy and uncreate it? And now actually, will you destroy and uncreate all the places in your life where you've said, I don't know, for the whole of eternity? Like, you'll often hear these stories about, a woman that's been cheated on by her man for the entirety of the marriage, and she'll be like, oh, I didn't know. But it's like, and then it would be so obvious to everyone else. And it's like, how much of that is us or those people not wanting to know what's really going on? I remember, this is a while back when I was dating Dane in the early days before he lived with us, and he hadn't rang me for a couple of days, and I thought to myself, oh, I wonder what he's doing. And the first thing that came to me was, I don't want to know. That was the first thing I said that came out of my mouth, in my head. And I was like, hang on a minute. How many places have I not wanted to know stuff because I've either not wanted to get hurt by it, or I don't want to get upset by it, or what would that mean for me to actually know? What action would I need to take then? And I was really present with that, because then it got me to realize how many other places where I'd said, I don't want to know, or I don't know. And I was like, well, if I did know, what actually is going on? And it was like, oh, he'd had a couple of benders, he'd gone out with his mates, and he'd been drinking, and that was what I was aware of. And it's like, yeah, how many places do we do that to ourselves, where we stuff down what we don't want to know, and we can't actually find what's true for us because we've ignored it, made it irrelevant, and then it negates every other knowing that we ever require to have in our lives. So, V, what have you said? I would find that my awareness truth would hit me more intensely as long as I don't acknowledge. Oh yeah, acknowledge it. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. What I find too, Rutvi, with that, is that it ends up impacting on your body, and you'll find yourself getting a massive migraine or a headache or pains in your body that that weren't there before, because your body is trying to say, hey, please pay attention to this, please pay attention to this. And so it does. It gets louder and louder and louder. So all of your knowing and all of your truth often lies within your body. So isn't that interesting? So I'll run that process again. So what do you know that you're denying that you know? Oh, so actually there's a pretending. What do you know that you're pretending not to know, and denying that you know, that if you allowed yourself to know it, would give you all of you? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it? How much lighter does that make you feel? I know that just took a load off me. So what do you know that you're pretending not to know, and denying that you know, that if you allowed yourself to know it, it would give you all of you? And everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it? And we're so good at telling ourselves that we're not good at this. I'm stuck. I can't. I know my kids will say, I can't do that. Or, my son will come and tell me, Indy just called me stupid. And my first response is always, well, is that true? Is that true? Are you really stupid? And truth, are you really, can you not, or can you not do that particular thing? Or is it that you require more practice, or that you require more information? So I'll often tell my kids, of course you can't just suddenly be the greatest tennis player in the world. That can take some practice and some skills and some more information, and to practice so that your body can get the movements. And so you want to really ask yourself, am I really not good at that thing? Am I really not good at cooking? Am I really not great at this particular thing? You may not be great at as great at it as some other people. However, what if you could tap into what you really know about that, and you could be great at it too? So what if you're lying to yourself there as well? And I know the other day, my partner got a $100 parking fine. We parked in this, I don't know, what was it called? Permit zone. And when he grabbed it off the windscreen, he said, "Oh, well, there goes the golf shoes that I was going to buy." I said, "Really? Is that true?" And I said, "Or is it that you really were not going to buy them anyway and didn't really want to buy them anyway, and this was just your excuse to get out of buying them? Because if you really want something, you can just have it." So these are all the places that we lie to ourselves about what we can and can't have, where we lie to ourselves about money, that we're not good with it, and we can't have it, and that it doesn't come to us easily. So what if none of that was true? And what if there is a different possibility that feels really dense for you? If that feels really heavy, then that's a lie. So what is true for you with all the things that you are making a lie? And everything that brings up with Dual and Destroy and Uncreate It. So I'll run that question one more time, and then I'm going to say sayonara for this evening. So what do you know that you are pretending not to know and denying that you know, that if you allowed yourself to know it would give you all of you? So thank you so much for joining me and listening to What's True for You. Hopefully you can apply this tool and see if you can get more ease in your world. And if you want to jump on to my YouTube channel, which I'll actually put in the link, you can follow all the other videos that I've done on different topics, or you can join me here again next week on Thursday for my live weekly show on a new topic. And I hope you have a great evening wherever you are, or a good morning if you're in another part of the world. And bye for now.